think that we will start our webinar, because we do have a bit of agenda. And afterwards, this will be a Q&A session. If you mind writing the question specifically in the Q&A chat, so we can fix it. And afterwards, we will collect the list of the most basically frequently asked questions to share with you. We do have similar lists from our previous webinars, so we know what to include in terms of you afterwards transferring these information to the student. So I think in the text format, it will be the most efficient.
Agreed.
Great. 3 of us students. Oh, amazing. So we do have students. So basically, thank you very much for joining. We will be waiting for your questions in the Q&A section. If you have some questions already, you can type them up. And afterwards, after we're done with our general agenda, we will be ready to answer them both in text format and online with you. So I think that we are ready to start. Once again, my name is Helen. I'm from StrategEast, and we are here with our colleague from Google team, Askar Ayutov, that will be helping us today on instructing you on how the program of Google Developer Relations and StrategEast IT Hub will go. Askar, the floor is yours, basically, and I think that we'll start sharing our presentation. It's fully ready for people to see from the start.
Hi all. We basically why Google is doing this project jointly with the partner StrategEast. It's not a commercial initiative. There is so-called Digital Sprinters initiative, which has aspiration to transform human capital globally by preparing to the labor market of the future. If this program is not preparing, helping to prepare, just to put some small input to this big process. If we talk about machine learning or mobile development, we are all here on the webinar professionals in the industry who understand infrastructure is needed for computing, for delivering digital products and technologies as well. And for this machine learning, Android related labs, overall learning experience, Google provides the infrastructure. Same as probably Sharda University is leading global university. I believe you work with other big players like Microsoft, etc. And you in a good position already. You have some experience with good experience interacting with companies. And actually, Google has no physical office in Central Asia, as we know, but Google is working via communities. In Uzbekistan, there are 3 GDG communities, Google Developers Groups in Samarkand, Jizak, and Tashkent. Whoops, Tashkent is small letter. It was fixed. We have student clubs. Last year, it was the first launch of student clubs initiative in Central Asia, and the Sharda University Club was the most active in doing the Android Compose Camp program and Android Student Club. Maftuna was the student lead last year. For this year, we didn't have any applications for student clubs. That's why we don't have clubs this year, but because it's only for 1 year, elite can be. If there will be anyone for next year, we will be happy to help to relaunch the student club in Sharda University, because actually really it was the best in the region in terms of Android program. We have women tech maker ambassadors in Uzbekistan, and we also support President Tech Award. It's run by IT Park of Uzbekistan on 5th November, November 5. There will be final some judgment day in terms of people will. We sent two Google developer experts there, and they will have a keynote, and they will participate in judging the final pitching day. If you want to get involved, feel free to contact our GDG's chapters or me. We can help you to socialize with this event. There are a few pictures from what is Google Developers Group. This is just one side of the Google Developers ecosystem. One side which represents communities. On the left, there is large DevFest event in Tashkent last year. In the middle, it's Bishkek in Kyrgyzstan, Women Tech Maker event. Istanbul is for our sub-region is one of the biggest community hubs. We in Central Asia, we run Google for Startups backed accelerator Silkway jointly with Astana Hub of Kazakhstan, but it serves to all the region, 7 countries of Central Asia. Also, startups arrive from Georgia, from Azerbaijan. I think it's just new to the region, and it's open to everybody. We have also active student clubs. There are some pics here below. I had actually just a second slide with the contacts. I think accidentally I put it as no show. Oh no, it should be shown. Just a second. Yeah. So I am supporting the Central Asia region. We have people like me supporting all the geographies in many countries. But for Central Asia, I'm a point of contact for developer ecosystem related support. If you need anything, here's my Instagram and LinkedIn profile. Feel free to reach out. We'll be happy to chat and provide you with some data, etc. And with this, I transfer control to Helen. We'll return in the end of deck to tell some details about the learning platform. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Oscar. Yes, give me just a second to share my screen, just where we left it. So basically, yeah, as I said previously, we do have a bit of an agenda, and this is how we would like to talk about the advantages and opportunities in the industry as a general topic, as well as us, StrategEast Center, a bit of our initiative as it is from the management point of view of Google Developers Ecosystem and StrategEast IT Hub, as well as program features, requirements in terms of you participating as a student, your path and educational specializations or directions that we do have included in the program, and instructions on registering for the program that will provide Oscar in the end of the presentation, just for your convenience once again. So yeah, why the IT? So why is the IT industry for my humble opinion, is a great career choice. First of all, I believe it's a quick employment because basically for now, being very, educated student that grasps learning from the very start of their career path, it will be easy for you to embark on this journey as a junior specialist, because normally the track of employment for the IT field, it's not taking years, it's taking months. And it's full of diversity in terms of career opportunities, because not any industry in nowadays they can survive without IT support or IT infrastructure. This could be finance, it could be retail, banking, any kind of traditional business. So you have a lot of options to to choose from, and of course regular classic IT and software as a service, or maybe even AI as a service, which is very popular right now. In terms of the career growth, usually a way or a path roadmap for junior specialists to become senior takes from 2 to 5 years, which is pretty good, and especially if it's supported by a competitive salary, especially if we're talking about the Central Asian region, because many of you guys can be hired as an outsourcing company for the US or for Europe. And they also come, usually these opportunities come packed with professional development paths that are provided by the employer, which is also very nice to have if you are to stay alert in terms of your education as a professional. So in terms of, some kind of numbers for IT industry in Uzbekistan, according to analytics from the website that's called Azerbaijan, the number of IT vacancies in the country for the period of July-August in 21 increased by 87% compared to the same period last year, and was hugely growing by 253% compared to the same period 2 years ago. So, this just is a compilation of the fact that really tells us that IT industry in Uzbekistan is growing, and it's full with remote employment opportunities with competitive salaries and variety of advanced professional training courses. Talking about our organization as a StrategEast, we are a leading independent nonprofit NGO that works with multiple countries and companies across Eurasia. And usually we collaborate with big tech companies and governments to make sense meet in terms of free education for students like you. So we really hope that you will find something very beneficial for you specifically in this program, because we are working directly with the Ministry of Digital Technologies and Ministry of Higher Education and Science of Uzbekistan to support this program, as well as IT Park. Which is also another digital agency and also another university in Uzbekistan. So we hope that it could be part of the acceleration program, and making Uzbekistan a very lucrative destination in terms of international investment, local investment, and making it very attractive to large foreign IT investors or traditional investors that would like to have their IT services outsourced from Uzbekistan. And this is basically, this is our framework on establishing Uzbekistan as a outsourcing IT destination. So if we're talking about benefits of this particular educational program that we launched with Google together, first of all is, of course, Google certification itself, because in the end of the education for those who are completing the certification by the date, there is a Google certificate branded with the StrategEast logo. And credentials for you to have this as a badge of honor that you completed this course, and something extra for your LinkedIn, because when you will be out there looking for a job, it will be a great addition to your resume. And also we are talking about immersion to the business and community environment here, because we are launching this program to multiple universities, both in Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. And hopefully you will find some colleagues or maybe even friends that will be studying together with you, maybe even in the same university. So this kickstart or Kickstart kickoff meeting for today is basically for you to signal your educational adventure, and we hope that we will be able to answer all of your questions and provide you with some expectations regarding this program. And we are once again, accepting the fact that maybe some questions will be left out unanswered for now, just because maybe we will have to double check it with you later on, because every case is very specific. But we really stressing out the fact that we're open to a discussion, and if you have something for now, please add this to the Q&A section on our chat, and we will be happy to answer all of your questions afterwards, after our very formal part of this webinar. And just what I was saying before, it's a very good opportunity for you to be around or among some like-minded people who also would like to jumpstart their career in the very same field that you, and hopefully you will make the most of your educational journey with us. So the program itself is planned to train over 700 of individuals in Uzbekistan across different universities in the country, and this is our pilot launch for the program. So maybe it's not the only opportunity that you have here, but we also stressing out the importance of you checking with your university supervisors regarding the fact that maybe you will have something extra on the top if you receive the certification. So this is why we especially recommend you to reach out to the person who is responsible for this program, for the implementation of this program in your university, to check or double check with them if you are entitled to some extra benefits on top of the certification itself. The end of the program is the 31st of December this year. So this is the last day for you to submit the badge, or 4 badges, your last badge, if you say so, in terms of the program to be entitled to a certificate. But about it, Askar will tell you a bit more a bit later. And once again, in terms of the government, since we are collaborating very closely with the Ministry of Digital Technologies and Ministry of Higher Education and IT Park, they will closely monitor this program and projects in terms of work in the universities. So hopefully, if there are any kind of issues or problems, we will be able to resolve them through working together, 3 of us or 4 of us: Google, StrategEast, ministries, and universities. And this is a little extra for you just to understand the flow of our work here. So basically, we facilitate the program in the universities on their end promote the program and track activity, which is shared by Google through StrategEast to mentors in the universities. Afterwards, you as students, you are entitled to take free this program and receive a certificate or maybe something extra on top if your university has this kind of academical agility and abilities. And Google on their end, they provide you with the platform, materials, technology itself, and also a little something extra on the side from Google. Google facilitates Google Developer Volunteer Clubs that help students adapt into the program, and you will be able to contact groups that is located in your university to to ask them questions about the materials or the program, or maybe the Google Developer Club itself. And just once again, another slide about mentoring and bonuses from university. You would need to connect with your university mentors and find out which are the benefits, if there are some, in your university for your successful completion of the certification of this program. And we are talking about give or take 3 months of education regarding this program, because the date to submit the last batch for you is the December 31st. So you have over 3 months to complete your education. And on top, we are here to give you recommendations for employment in terms of entering the IT field because of this kind of certificate that you will be getting at the end of the program if you're successful to submit it before the deadline, because this exact certificate will make you stand out in terms of other employees that are out there looking for a job. And for you, just to register in the program, you can scan just right now this QR code over here. This will lead you to our main homepage of the website, and there is Google form for you to register. In terms of the educational program itself, it's a combination of asynchronous learning and self-studies with some help provided by Google mentors and maybe some help from the Google local representatives from their volunteering club, as well as your university mentors, if there are any. And so, you know, if we're talking about the materials and everything is of course online. If you are to have any mentors from university, you will have to establish separate meetings with them on your own free time and your track. But for example, our meetings with Google professionals will be scheduled in advance, and of course will be also online and held in English. And so, of course, at the part of a program, you will be just, you know, once again, able to receive a certificate from Google and StrategEast if you are successful to submit your last batch before the 20 or 1st of January next year. And in terms of the studies, we do have two main wings, two main specializations or directions, you name it. First is Android Compose Camp, and the other one is machine learning on Google Cloud. And just a little bit more about the program itself. Once again, you can learn it through this QR code. If you scan it, and you will go to our main homepage to the website. Or afterwards, we will share this presentation with you also, and you can click directly on these links that are inbuilt here. So for you to be able to undergo training that's provided by Google and StrategEast, you should be a student of the selected universities by the time of the application. If you are to share this kind of program with your friends or somebody else that you know that can benefit from the program, they can absolutely do so. The only difference will be that this certificate that we are proposing for those who are studying from the university will be co-branded by StrategEast, and they may be entitled to some additional support by the university mentors, while the other people who will join on their own, they'll just do regular self-studies, which is also good because, you know, the certificate is almost the same and the credentials are not, you know, nothing of kind. As for recommendations that we do have for this program, it's about English. So your English should be not lower than A2 or pre-intermediate for you to be able to comprehend all of the information given. But I think it's not an issue. And of course, you will be entitled to about 10 hours a week to give to the program if you really want to succeed in it. And of course, last but not the least, desire to develop in the IT field. So a bit more of our two directions in the education. First, Android Compose Camp, where you will be able to study how to build an application in Android for Android, and you know you'll be studying the peer group. And here's the registration link for the website for you to follow. And about Cloud Scale Boost and Machine Learning Bootcamp. This is a combined program. So basically it offers cloud skills training from scratch. And after that, on top of that, machine learning path, which is about, as you may know, machine learning and artificial intelligence. And this is how it looks inside. This is, you know, this is just like a whole map for you to understand which courses there are over there that you may undertake. And here is the another QR code for you to scan. if you want to select this kind of studies. In terms of your path in this program as a student, first you start with submitting an application. Afterwards, you have to receive confirmation of participation in the program. Afterwards, you will be given credits to undergo the program. And for you to be able to receive a certificate, you should complete all tasks and actively cooperate with other students, preferably, because we are raising a community here. And afterwards, somewhere in the January/February, the 24th, we will be able to give you a certificate of completion of the course. Okay, and thank you for your attention. You may address your questions over here to the I'm sorry, to this email here. Our colleague Karina is here to answer operational questions in terms of StrategEast part. And if you have any kind of questions that can be addressed directly in terms of technical moments, please contact Askar. And afterwards, we will share our presentation to the website, our main homepage, for you to be able to look through it. And I think that my part is done. Askar, please take over.
Just a second. We did video instruction in Russian, and also today we will shoot it in English. And the main website has the only English version of the step-by-step guidance how to receive access to learning platform. Actually, the learning platform is called Google Cloud Skill Boost, which is located at the main website of the program. And Cloud Skill Boost requires payment for some of the courses. Because we are doing it as a part of community program, learners and instructors, they don't need to pay anything. And Google will pay on your behalf. But in order to get this access via community, we need to use community webpage, gdgcommunity.dev. And we need to locate so-called study group event page. Especially for this program, we create these pages every week in GDG page, GDG Nukus City, and GDG Almaty, GDG Cloud Almaty. They are made specially to provide credits for learners. This is odd, because in order to receive credits, you need to subscribe to this study group on the closest, nearest date you are interested in. This is strange, because actually you don't need to participate in this study group event. It's just technical limitation. Google cannot provide credits by other means. They can provide credits to study group participants. And because sometimes you don't have, for example, you don't have free time today or this week, you will only be able to join, for instance, in October. You can go to this portal in October and locate a study group which will be in October. We do it every week, and then you go there and press RSVP, respond. Basically, subscribe to this study group event. After 2-3 days, you will receive access to Cloud Skill Boost learning portal, free. Actually, it works in a way that you will be added to so-called credit sharing group. It's a common pool of access credits for globally for all learners across the world. Often people confuse. There is when I RSVP to the study group, I receive technical email saying welcome to study group. immediately I receive it. But I don't need this welcome email. I need second type of welcome email, which says welcome to Google Programs Share Group. After several days it will arrive, sometimes 1 day, sometimes 3 days, sometimes 4 days. And that's it. If you receive this welcome to share group, it has exactly this title, which we put in here instruction. And then you can go to Google Cloud Skill Boost portal and select any learning program. But we recommend to select machine learning or some others. I will refer to this in a second. Before starting, we recommend to check whether you have these credits, whether you added indeed to the credit sharing group. I can go to the top right corner. As always, as any websites have this login or profile page, and check. If I press my profile, I see here 14,000 credits I have. Actually, for one course, I usually need just 20 credits, so this is more than enough. So the Cloud Skill Boost offers around 15 so-called learning paths. They're grouped by professions. Well, this is kind of abstraction of profession. We recommend to try machine learning engineer path in the bottom right side of the screen, but it requires some prerequisites, some knowledge already of some data analytics techniques, some basic math, or maybe not basic math even. If you don't feel comfortable with this, then we recommend to try Cloud Engineer Learning Path. This mostly deals with basic data analytics and working things like launching a web server on cloud. And it also has some certification track if you want. There's another one, generative AI. It's the easiest one. I personally, for me, it was generative AI, which I'm studying, and it also provides some skill badges. I press to this Cloud Learning Engineer Learning Path, and there I will see two types of activities. I can choose any. It will be either a course, it will have several courses, or it also has several quests. If I finish either a course or a quest, I will receive skill badge. I just need to finish 4 courses or 4 quests to receive 4 skill badges. The whole Cloud Learning Engineer path consists of 12 activities. Activity is a course or a quest. So I even don't need to finish all this learning path. I just need 4 skill badges, and I qualify to receive a certificate. Worth noting, sometimes this Cloud Skill Boost provides ordinary badge without skill badge type. If I watch some short YouTube video, sometimes they grant me badge, but I don't earn any skills. I don't do any hands-on lab. So the ordinary badge, I cannot submit it. I can submit it, but we won't count it. We only count the skill badge. And the skill badge I can receive in this screenshot. I show this is actually a quest. Quest consists only from labs. I can earn skill badge after this finishing quest, or a course. Course consists of labs plus videos. Actually, course is easier because half of time I just watch short videos and I just need to do 2-3 labs. For example, some people prefer courses. Some people prefer quests. Then last step, I get the skill badge. I copy it here, like I press copy, and I go to the form. Form is available in our main website. Actually, let me I share the main website. So here we have Google Developers and StrategEast Learning Program. If I choose machine learning, the exact same steps are outlined here. I do these activities and then I submit it to a form. Form is here. We put it everywhere, just not to for convenience. And I copy my skill badge, which I showed you in the previous screenshot, and I put it here, copy paste. I just put every skill badge I earn, I just submit it. Basically, I need to submit this form 4 times in order to get the certificate. With this, we finish the demonstration. We will repeat the same information in English in a video recording with a hands-on demonstration of the process. And with this, we can move on to Q&A session. Thank you.
Thanks, Oskar. It was very nice to hear this once again, because I think that is very beneficial to our students and attendees and basically mentors. I think that we'll start answering our questions from the Q&A section, and I'll start with something that I already answered, but I think that will be necessary to repeat once again. So I'm a student at Charter University, and I'm presently last year student. My specialist course is cybersecurity. What about any internship opportunities? That's my question is. Thank you. So the program itself, it includes the training that may equip you to find any kind of knowledge and internship to embark your professional journey. But in terms of the educational materials, this is something that this program plans to have. It's not at the moment, it's not about the employment itself. It's about equipping you with the knowledge for you to jumpstart your career. And the courses itself, they of course they depend. I mean, you have seen that there are some different kinds of pages in terms of Google Compose Camp, and especially inside Google Cloud Skill Boost and machine learning, that there are multiple of myriads of courses that you can choose from depending on your interest, depending on the career that you would like to start. So we encourage you today to make a bit of a research to understand what fits you better, what maybe will help you in terms of your education, or maybe you lack something to get this specific employment position that you dream of. The second question, what about certificate benefits? Because I have completed the More Google certification course. I'm not sure which exactly is the question, but I think that I will try to answer that. So basically, the certificate itself will help you stand out on the market of the similar employees on the similar seniority or juniority, in this case, levels that you have as a students. And this will be a great addition to your resume. In terms of the certificate itself, as I was just saying, basically you can choose from multiple courses that are available on the Google platform for you to collect many kinds of different badges to to make this very unique experience for you. Because, for example, Oscar loves to tell about these generative AI course, which is also gives a badge, and also it's very right in the spot in terms of the development of AI technologies, especially generative AI technologies. So maybe this is something that you will be interested in pursuing. And afterwards, in the end of the day, certificate has credentials. So it's nice to have a certificate with credentials, especially when you're a young student. Hopefully I answered the question. And I think one more matter in terms of the certification: if you have the time, if you have the ability, you have this passion and desire to study more in terms of Google certification, you can jump onto tracks simultaneously in terms of Android Compose Camp and Cloud Skill Boost, and choose many different badges from over there. But basically, afterwards, you can receive even 2 certificates if you have enough time for that, and maybe something on top if your university facilitates this kind of bonuses or any kind of extra credit that can be submitted as soon as you will have at least 4 badges to compose your certificate. So I think this is it for a moment. If you have any questions that you would like to, I see. What do you think about Charter University Uzbekistan? Very nice question, Asghar. Maybe you would like to answer in terms of Google Developers ecosystem because you already had experience with Charter University.
Yeah, sure. Sharda University was leading Google Student Club. In Sharda University was best performer of Android learning program last year. We did a community-based program. Actually, it was global, but in Central Asia, it was the most active and received the most number of Compose Camp Android badges. Overall, what do you think of Sharda University? Well, this question, if you ask me personal opinion, I think this is a world-class university. You had great professors from global, like academic industry from India. I know it's well known in India and some other countries. So I think you're lucky to study there, and will be pleasure to work with you all. And yeah, hope this answer your question.
Yeah, hopefully. There is another question. Yeah, so done. There is another question about the PDF or guide to join certificate course. So as Asghar promised, we will make another video, or he will make another video in terms of the instruction, step-by-step instruction for you to follow. So just in the end of the page that I will share, you will find instruction that's in Russian if somebody speaks Russian here. But just today or slash tomorrow, you will have the same instruction for you provided in English for your convenience. Okay, if you have any more questions, please don't be shy, raise your hand or write them in the chat. Just for everybody's convenience, once again, I will share the link to, oh, just a second, everyone, yeah. So here is the link to our main website. And I think that I will also share my screen for you once again to scan the QR code if you haven't had a chance yet. Yeah. So yeah, here is the QR code. And once again, if you have any questions about the program that can be addressed to StrategEast, please write this email and we will help you to, find any kind of answer. And if you have questions in terms of the technicalities about the Compose Camp or Cloud Skill Boost, please write directly to Asghar. So we have another question. I would like to working like you. What should I do for after I complete my undergraduate? Very nice question. I think that if I'm talking about myself, I have computer engineering major. And I think that it really helped me on my journey because now, as you can see, I work with StrategEast and we work with the governments and big techs internationally. And as you may have understood, I am not a computer engineer itself anymore, but it was a big step in my career to make sure that I understand some basics, especially in terms of transferring this kind of education to guys like you, to guys like that, like guys like me, basically. And I hope that everybody who is in the same major or a similar major will see that career developments in the in our years, in our age, in our era, they can be very tied with other disciplines with other industries, which are not necessarily the same that we're used to in terms of classic IT. Because as I said previously, you may be working for NGO, you may be working for retail, finance, banking, fashion, sport, everywhere, because IT is everywhere. So I would strongly recommend you to look through the this kind of myriads of abilities that Google certification provides in terms of cloud skill boost and machine learning, because this is the future and this is something that I would be learning if I was a student again. And thanks for this great question, actually. Oh, and we have another question. I have a private academy. Can I follow my students to your course also? Yes, yes, you can absolutely do that. The only difference will be that the certificates, if they will be successful to submit 4 badges before the 21st of December, the certificates will be branded by Google only, because this program is open for everybody anywhere. And just, students that are coming from specific universities in Uzbekistan, they are getting some extra help from their mentors that are located also in the university, or some other additional extra bonuses that come on top of depending of educational agility of specific university. But short answer, yes, you can register and you will receive a certificate as anybody else just from Google. And I think that we have 2 minutes more. So please scan the QR code, save yourself the links that are in the chat, or raise your hand to ask a question. We'll just wait 1 minute more. Mm-hmm. Thanks to you. Yes, sure. Absolutely. Anytime. Hopefully, if you have any more questions, please write to Askar or Karina directly, and we will help you in terms of getting through the program. Okay, everybody, I think that it was a very productive webinar. Thanks again, Askar, for providing us with all of this valuable information. Everybody, please scan the QR code or follow the link in the chat, and we will be happy to see you in this program together. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.